السلام عليكم ورحمة الله, dear students at Faculty of Commerce English section. Today we will have the chapter Inflation and CPI. In this chapter, we will have a quick revision about the inflation definition and the Consumer Price Index, how to calculate Consumer Price Index, and how to calculate the inflation and inflation rate. So first, we have the definition Consumer Price Index. Consumer Price Index مؤشر أسعار المستهلكين. مؤشر أسعار المستهلكين is a measure of the overall cost of the goods and services bought by a typical consumer. يبقى هو مقياس بالنسبة لي لتكلفة السلع والخدمات المشتراة عن طريق المستهلكين. The basis of cost of living adjustments in many contracts and in social security. So this is the basis of cost of living. أساس تحديد تكلفة المعيشة والتغيرات التي تحدث في تكلفة المعيشة. فعشان أقدر إن أنا أحسب ال Consumer Price Index لازم يكون عندي سلع وخدمات وأسعار السلع والخدمات، وأقدر من خلالها أقدر أجيب قيمة المؤشر أو قيمة ال Consumer Price Index. فالConsumer Price Index استخدامه وأهميته هو بالنسبة لي أساس تكلفة المعيشة والتغيرات التي تحدث في تكلفة المعيشة. How to calculate the Consumer Price Index. عملية حساب ال Consumer Price Index بسيطة جدا. مبدئيا بنعمل fixing the basket، بنعمل عملية تعديل للباسكت. فالجهة الإحصائية المسؤولة عن تحديد إيه هي السلع والخدمات اللي تقدر إن إحنا نمثلها بالسي بي آي هي البيرو of Labor Statistics في United States uses surveys to determine a representative bundle of goods and services purchased by a typical consumer. فالجهة الإحصائية دي بتعمل سيرفي تشوف إيه هي السلع والخدمات اللي تقدر تكون ممثلة عن ال Consumer Price Index. الإكزامبل بتاعنا هنا هو عبارة عن 4 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers. يبقى عندي الباسكت مكونة من 4 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers. Number 2, find the prices. يبقى determination أو أساس الشغل بتاعنا كيفية حساب ال Consumer Price Index عن طريق first we fix the basket. For this example, we have to find the price of hot dog and the price of hamburger. So prices for each of the goods and services in the basket must be determined for each time period. طبعا الأسعار بتتغير من فترة زمنية لفترة زمنية أخرى، فيجب علينا تحديد أسعار السلع والخدمات التي تتكون منها سلة السلع والخدمات الأساسية. بعد كده بوجد أسعار السلع. بعد ما احنا جبنا أسعار السلع، so step number 2, find the prices, and then this is a numerical example. Numerical example هنطبق فيه الجزئية دي. Fixing the basket، واتفقنا إن الباسكت مكونة من 4 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers. Number 2, find the prices. We can get the prices by market prices. And this is a simple example on how to calculate the Consumer Price Index. So in year 2011, the price of hot dog was $1, the price of hamburgers was $2. In year 2012, the price of hot dogs is $2, the price of hamburgers $3. In year 2013, the price of hot dogs is $3, the price of hamburgers is $4. As we see, prices are adjusted year by year, so we have a different consumer Price Index in 2011 from 2012 from 2013. So for a simple, we can calculate the Consumer Price Index of 2011 by quantities multiply price. We have the basket 4 hot dogs, as we see in last slide. We had 4 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers. So 4 hot dogs multiply the price of hot dog in first year, $1, plus 2 hamburgers multiply the price of hamburgers is 2, will be equal to $8. So the consumer price index for the year 2011 was 8. And then we can calculate the consumer price index in 2012 and so on in 2013. 2012, we have the same amount. We have here the same amount, 4 and 2 hamburgers. So step number 3, computing the basket's cost. We can calculate the cost by multiplying the quantity of every item multiply the price. So every quantity multiply price, and then we calculate the product, and then we have the final product is the consumer price index. So cost in 2011 was $8, cost in 2012 was 14, cost in 2013 was 20. So we must have the basket the same. That means we have the same components, so we can attract only the prices. So we can have only the prices that can be changed. This allows us to isolate the effect of price changes over time. So to isolate the effects of price changes over time, we have the same components of the basket. And then we have to choose a base year and compute the index. So in order to calculate that, we must have a base year, سنة أساس وسنة مقارنة. Base year is the benchmark against which other years are compared. So we have a CPI for 2011 is different from 2012 is different from 2013, but we have the base year as 2011. سنة الأساس بالنسبة لي هي 2011، وبعد كده بقارن كل سنة مقارنة بسنة الأساس. The formula for calculating the price index is cost of basket in current year divided by cost of basket in base year multiply 100. So in order to compare one year from other year, we have the cost of the basket in the current year في السنة الحالية مقسومة على تكلفة الباسكت في سنة الأساس multiply 100. Quick example, we have in year 2011, the cost of basket in current year was $8 divided by 8 multiply 100. Same was for consumer price index in 2012. We have the cost of the basket in the current year divided by cost of the basket in the base year multiply 100. In 2013, we have the cost of the basket in 2013 divided by the cost of the basket in the base year multiply 100. And we can track the changes. We have the changes from one year to other. So in 2012, the consumer price index was 175. In 2011, the consumer price index is 100. كده احنا عندنا اختلاف ما بين الكونسيومر برايس اندكس في سنة 2011 والكونسيومر برايس اندكس في 2012. اللي تشينج او التغير اللي هو مقداره 75% هنتعرف عليه دلوقتي. هنتعرف على التشينج ده ونقدر نمثل التشينج ده ازاي. نيجي لتعريف inflation rate. الانفليشن rate هو عبارة عن percentage change in the price index from the preceding period. يبقى احنا لما نشوف التغير المئوي أو النسبة المئوية التغير الحاصلة في البرايس اندكس من سنة لأخرى، من خلالها أقدر أحسب الانفليشن rate. يبقى step 5 computing the inflation rate very simple by have the consumer price index in year 2 minus consumer price index in year Y divided by consumer price index in year 1 عشان نقدر نشوف ال percentage change أو التغير الحاصل في الباسكت من سنة لأخرى. أحسب ال consumer price index للسنة الأولى، وأحسب ال consumer price index للسنة التانية، وأطرح السنة التانية ناقص السنة الأولى على ال consumer price index للسنة الأولى multiply 100%. So inflation rate for 2012 is 75%. ده ناتج عن إيه؟ ناتج عن التغير المئوي اللي حاصل من 2011 ل 2012. تغير نسبة مئوية تغيرت بمقدار 75%. Inflation rate for 2013 is consumer price index in 2013 minus consumer price index in 2012 divided by consumer price index in 2012 multiply 100% is equal to 4300%. 43%. يبقى نسبة التضخم في سنة 2012 كانت 75%. نسبة التضخم في 2013 هي عبارة عن 43%. طيب لو غيرنا الكومبوننتس للباسكت وقلنا إن الكومبوننتس دي عبارة عن 4 pizzas and 10 latte، يبقى احنا عندنا 4 بيتزات و10 لاتيه. هي دي الباسكت بالنسبة لي، هي دي اللي البيرو اوف ليبر statistics بدأت تعمل surveys من خلالها طلعنا إن مكونات الكومبوننت الباسكتس هي عبارة عن الكومبوننتس دي. In year 2013 the price of pizza is $10 and price of latte is $2. 2014 price of pizza is $11, price of latte is $2.50. 2015 $12 and price of latte was $3. So in order to calculate the cost of basket, we have the quantities of each item multiply the price. So the cost of the basket in 2013 will be equal to 4 multiply 10. Where in order to calculate the cost of the basket in the 2013 will be equal to 4 multiply 10 plus 10 multiply 2. That will be equal to 60. And the cost of the basket in year 2014 will be equal to 4 multiply 11 plus 10 multiply 2.5. And that will be equal to، نحسبها بالآلة كده سريعا، ده هيساوي 69. In year 2015 this will be equal to 4 multiply 12 plus 10 multiply 3, and this will be equal to as we see for the final results. So first year is 60, second year is 69, and third year is 75. لاحظ التغير الحاصل في ال cost of the basket from one year to other year. من سنة للتانية في تغيرات بتحصل في الباسكت، والتغيرات دي ناتجة عن تغيرات في الأسعار. In order to compute the consumer price index in each year, we can calculate it by the formula 2003 was 100 multiply 60 over 60 is 100. This means that in 2013, it's the base year. So we have the base year here, and the base year here is 2013 is the base year. 2014 was 69 or divided by 60 multiply 100. We have the last year consumer price index was 130. We have the percentage change here. The percentage change 2014 from 2013, it's called the inflation rate. So the percentage change in the consumer price index from one year to other, it's called the inflation rate. So here the inflation rate is 15%, here inflation rate is 13%. So we have main components in consumer price index basket. One of the main components is housing, transportation, food and beverages, education and communication, medical care, recreation, apparel, and other goods and services. These are components of the consumer price index. As we have the consumer price index, we have other index like the producer price index. It has a provision of PPI. Producer price index is a measure of the cost of a basket of goods and services bought by firms. In the other definition, it was bought by identical consumer. Here, the producer price index is a measure of the cost of a basket of goods and services bought by firms, because firms will eventually pass on higher costs to consumers in form of higher prices on products. The producer price index is believed to be helpful in predicting changes in the CPI. So in order to predict changes in CPI, we can use the PPI or producer price index. We have other bases. We have substitution basis. Substitution basis is when the price of one good changes. Of course, we have many goods that have substitutes, so consumers will change and has a respond by substituting another good in its place. Another good in order to satisfy his needs, because the price of a substitute changes, he got other substitute and he can replace good for another good. The CPI doesn't allow for the substitution. It's calculating using a fixed basket of goods and services. We have a fixed basket of goods and services. This implies the CPI overstates the increase in the cost of living over time. So we can use the consumer price index as a measure of increasing cost of living over time. And of course, we have some problems when we use index like the consumer price index, because the CPI overstates the rate of inflation by approximately 1 percentage point per year. So consumer price index, we can't have a guaranteed inflation rate. We can't have a typical inflation rate by using only consumer price index, because we have substitution phases. So the components may change and the inflation rate could change from the percentage change of CPI. So we have other definition, the GDP deflator, and GDP deflator is other measure than the consumer price index. Of course, GDP deflator is very important to reflect the prices of all goods, but these goods are produced domestically. يبقى يتم صناعة وإنتاج جميع هذه السلع والخدمات بشكل محلي. يبقى GDP deflator أو يعرف بالمكمش هو اللي يقدر يعكس لي أسعار السلع والخدمات التي تم إنتاجها بصفة محلية while the CPI reflects the prices of all goods bought by consumers. جميع السلع التي تم شرائها من خلال الكونسيومرز أقدر أحسب الاندكس عن طريق الكونسيومر برايس اندكس، بينما الجي دي بي ديفليتور بيعكس لي جميع السلع والخدمات التي تم إنتاجها بصورة محلية. The CPI compares the prices of a fixed basket of goods over time, while the GDP deflator compares the prices of the goods currently produced to the prices of goods produced in the base year. So consumer price index has a comparison of prices of fixed basket of goods over time. So the components are fixed. بينما الجي دي بي ديفليتور بيعكس لي أسعار السلع والخدمات التي تم إنتاجها خلال سنة الأساس، وطبعا بيعمل مقارنة بين سنة الأساس والسنة الحالية بس على أساس السلع والخدمات التي تم إنتاجها فقط، ممكن تختلف من سنة لأخرى. So this means that the group of goods and services used to compute the GDP deflator, it changes automatically over time as output changes. يبقى لازم نفرق بين ال GDP deflator وال Consumer Price Index. Consumer Price Index compares the prices of a fixed basket of goods over time, while the GDP deflator compares the prices of the goods currently produced to the prices of goods produced in the base year. يبقى نفرق ال GDP deflator متخصص في السلع التي تم إنتاجها domestically، CPI متخصص في السلع التي يتم شرائها بواسطة المستهلكين. شكرا جدا لوقتكم ونلقاكم في سيكشن آخر. Thank you for your time and have a good luck. Thank you.